Most of those teams always pushing over to B. But on Domination, it's a completely different game type. Now coming on screen, we're going to be starting out following in on Curse. We got BL Fire on screen. Let's see what he does. Run with the AR to start it out.
Yeah, like I was saying, BL Fire, he's going to be the one that you're going to want to watch to get the cutoffs taken care of for Curse, as he's going to be pushing out here. Now, in this map, he's doing exactly what I would think he would want to do. Now, he did actually pick the more favored side right off the bat. You do want to start off on where Curse started because you get this easy access over to B, you can get the cutoffs, and A is just a lot easier to counter cab just in case.
Yeah, taking down Blair right there, but sat down in the exchange. He had a great position, like you were talking about, taking that cross and trying to take him off of B, not let him keep the flow of players coming in on that. But FUF get into AB right to start it out.
Absolutely, so they do have that, and Curse is in a little trap right now. Watching Assassin, he's going to be pushing around the middle. He is running an AR, in fact, as well as he's going to be dropped right there in the B, so they still are down one flag cap. And looking at the score of the other team, let's jump on here with Buck from Fearless Under Fire, who's sitting at 5-1.
Yeah, he's playing a real defensive role on B right now. No caps on the board. All his other players do have that, so he's just been slaying it up, keeping them from respawning. As you can see, though, they're maintaining an AB lockdown. They're not pushing in on the C. They're really just keeping it defensive. But as you can see on the map up top, we do have one player on Curse trying to go around for that flank on A. They're trying to push around, but Buck now getting up in that top area over pond. Drop it down, though. It's a great position, though. You can really lock down, especially when you have that AB lockdown. Sat down from taking up there. Yeah,
Buck finally shut down there as he was trying to control the C area. Now, he's going to be here. Assassin's going to be here. He's going for the counter. He's flipping the spawns around for Fearless Under Fire. Now, this is a good play, but his teammates also need to start getting in position to get his cutoffs taken care of. So, Assassin all alone here on A, taking some shots, unable to capture the flag, but able to neutralize it, as well as B has been neutralized. So there's no points going for Fearless Under Fire, but points going up still for Curse. So now Curse needs to react and go for either A or B cap.
Look at this, all flags neutral right now. It's been like that for at least 5 seconds, so no points going up. There it is, C capped by Curse. Almost got the A cap, but taken off it. Looks like Fearless is going to go ahead, jump on that. They were going for the B cap as well, but taken off of that. 2 down right there. People spawning back in, and it looks like Quiz is going on that B cap. He's got one more pushing in, and they're going to lock down the B position for a CB. Trying to come back right now. They're down by 11. Huge kill right there, but couldn't keep the push up, going into A, getting some takedowns.
You know what? Let's switch back over here to Buck from Fearless Under Fire. He seems to be holding down the middle completely for his team, and watching him as he's just going to be sitting back here by the garage. He's going to try and get cutoffs and make sure that Curse cannot push out of their base. What he's doing right now also is he's going to try and flip the spawns for his team. They don't know that he's back here, so he's going to definitely flip the spawns as well as maybe even get a cap. But his team just was able to capture B, so they're sitting at a 2 flag cap with a 7-point lead with 1:50 left on the clock.
Yeah, he got a great kill in the bottom repair shop there, was over in back C. He didn't hold down that position, though, went into gas station, got sat down when he was in there. Look at B, though, now contested. Looks like that is Curse trying to push in and get that B cap. They do have it contested now, and they're going to lock it down for CB, starting to get some more points on the board.
Absolutely. If you were watching the mini-map there, Curse was doing absolutely perfect. They had one person sitting on the flag. That's 3 down, by the way, for Fearless Under Fire. Watching Assassin pushing up into the A flag as he's just getting some kills down. But also watching Fearless Under Fire, they have been pushed back to their spawn trap right now. Possible triple cap happening, but that's not going to happen. They're just going to get neutralized. Assassin still pushing up on the A flag here. Fearless Under Fire pushed up into a spawn trap. But it does look like that BL Fire is going to be taking care of the cutoffs. These guys know the spawn. They know where they need to stand in order to capture the flag as well as spawn trap the other team, and they're doing just that. And you know what? They might not have a substantial lead as we speak, but they're still playing a textbook game of domination.
Absolutely, and they were down by 10 points right there, tied it up, now have a 5-point lead over that. Now they're coming back strong. Got a complete wipe on Fearless. Once again, a complete wipe on Fearless. That's going to be huge. Now they're pushing in on A, going for the 3 cap, trying to rack up those points, finishing off this round. What an intense last minute right here coming out by Curse.
Absolutely. So we're going to have about 20 seconds left here on the clock. We're going to end this round with a triple cap from Curse, and they had 4 down twice in a row. Watching Fire as he's just going to get shut down, but looking at the scoreboard, Assassin going 14-8, BL Fire 14-11, and the heavy hitter from the other team, that was Bucks, going 13-3 for a long time, but was not able to pick up any kills, and now he's sitting at 13-11. So that's a 24-point lead right now for Curse New York over Fearless Under Fire.
Yeah, that is a pretty strong lead going into the second one. That's 2 minutes of a capture where you have 2, the other team has 1 on the board. That's going to need at least 2 minutes of a solid A-B cap or C-B cap coming out from the boys on Fearless right there. They played a great start on that one. Yeah. It was very even. In fact, they had the advantage.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
And Curse, really, they got it going after that, figured out possibly the strategy, switched their classes up, and adapted to the team that they were going against.
You know, it was actually, I think it was Assassin's play there. When they had B and C, he jumped over to A to flip the spawns, but BL Fire was right in the position, right there in the middle, right between Pink and then the A flag. So he was just able to aim down sights, take them down as they were running in, and that was just a textbook game. At the end of the game, though, for domination, and they did it just fantastic.
Absolutely, and locking down the AR kills, keeping your consistency with the shots, getting those picks. As we saw, they wiped out the entire Fearless team at least twice.
Yeah,
right
in a row,
there.
Yeah.
And that's what locked down the last minute for them. Wipe out the entire team. It's an 8-second spawn, I believe.
Yeah.
So they're waiting to spawn in. That whole time, it gives them a huge opportunity. All 3 of them jump on the A flag, lock down a quick 3-cap, and at least put points on the board, if nothing else, shutting that down, getting it neutral, and giving them an advantage.
So we're going to dip in here now to the second round of domination going up between Curse and Fearless Under Fire, guys. So they're going to swap sides here. Curse is, I think they're going to go ahead and take the side of the map that's on the A flag, and they know how to play every position on the map. So what we can expect them to see is we're going to expect them to have 1 player sitting back on the A flag, and then also send a couple players through Pink and 1 straight up middle. So that's going to take care of all that, and they're going to try and capture this A flag. If not, they're going to try and flip the spawns back over to the C so they can get that. I think that's what they like. They like the C and B flag and leaving the A open if my memory proves me, but we'll see what they're going to do. And let's jump over with them as they are going to be on A here.
Yeah, CB is definitely a strong cap to hold down. I definitely like to see players moving all the way around for a flank, especially when you have a 24-point lead going into round 2 right now. They have some room to work with, so that's what we see. Actually, Twiz and BL Fire locking down this site.
There you go.
Great, some shots out right there. Not able to get the kill, though. Still calling out for his teammates that there is 1 back strip club over there at least, or watching over on that B. B still hasn't been capped. You do see, though, 1 player on Curse back in the gas station, pushing over very aggressively, trying to come up on the flank.
There you go.
Twiz, that's Twiz moving in. Great kill right there, but taken down. That could have been huge. Getting back into their spawn right there, making them force spawn elsewhere, but looks like we do have 1 on B going for the cap right now on Curse.
Absolutely. So we're just taking a look at Assassin here as he had a player sitting on B. Not all of them were rushing for that B flag. They're all taking care of the cutoffs. They're all pushing outside because they know the direction of where Fearless Under Fire is coming from. And right now, watching Assassin able to take the player out that was capturing B, but right behind him was another player from Fearless Under Fire. So we're going to jump on with Twiz now as B is getting taken by Fearless Under Fire. He's going to shut down the player, but gets shut down as well. And now they are in a little bit, just a little bit of a deficit now with about 2 points. But B is now going to go into the hands of Fearless Under Fire, and there's a possible triple cap happening right now for them as well.
Yeah, you saw 3 players on Fearless trying to push that B objective, and now all the way back at A, going for a 3 cap. At least it was 2 with neutral at 1 point, and that's the thing. Fearless has to come out strong. They have to get some points back from that deficit that they got from the first round. As you can see, though, we're following in on Curse right now, and they have none. It's a 3 cap for Fearless once again.
Yeah, and we're going to have 3 players from Curse sitting on that A flag. They do capture. Watching Study as he was pushed out. He's going to get shut down now. Switching over to Twiz, he's going to find a player in the middle. He's going to be able to take him out, but they are just having a little trouble situating themselves as we speak. So let's switch over to the team of Fearless Under Fire, as they do have a lead right now of about 19 points. And that last round, they Curse had a lead of 24, right?
Right, so 5-point difference. Fearless definitely closing that gap at the beginning here when they locked down that early AB and getting those triple caps was huge, especially early on. It relieved some pressure, at least, going into the end of this matchup when the points really matter the most, because especially at the end, you'll sometimes see the teams just locking down one objective if they know they can hold a 2-1. If the other team has the 2, they only have the 1. All they need to do is hold down the 1. You'll see them all kind of gravitate towards that when it comes down to the end, because they can figure out the math very quickly and know that they just need that one objective. But coming out early, they're playing it strong, and now a big differential right here.
Absolutely, and there's about a 26-point differential as we speak. 2 minutes left here on the clock. Still not out of it yet, but this 26-point differential is going to say a 2-point overall between the two teams. And right now, though, Curse is struggling, and they need to get another cap. That B flag is open, so what I'm expecting for Curse to do is send Assassin over and flip the spawn again.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need to push in on that, and that's exactly what you see them doing right now over on that B, going for the cap, some shots going down, no kills yet, though. He managed to lock one down on B and pick up the objective cap, but coming right on in, it's contested once again.
Curse is going to capture that B flag again, like you said, though. It is getting contested. Study able to shut them down there. And we're going to see that they are pushing on this left side. They're going for the spawn flip. So they're going for C right now. And we're going to watch Study again get another kill. B is still wide open. No one has been able to push over there. But we are going to see that some players are going to be pushing over to the C flag. That was 3 down right now. Blair being the only one up from Fearless Under Fire, as C is going to get neutralized. B, though, BL Fire is going to be sitting on that, as his team's going to try and capture this with a 22-point lead. They do capture, or I'm sorry, with a 22-point deficit. I'm sorry, and they're going to capture B, and it looks like they are going to get that, and it might go back in their favor here in a few seconds.
Yeah, coming down very close at the end here. They did get that 3 takedown that was able to lock them down for that B objective. You saw them trying to push in right there on Fear, but they couldn't lock down the B. All 3 of them down, with Blair the only one up again. Blair not taken down. Look at this Curse trying to keep that man-up advantage at all times, trying to lock in those objectives and get the points in the last 30 seconds coming into it.
Yeah, 23 seconds left here on the clock at 15-point deficit in this game for Curse. So that's going to actually have them 9 points ahead. So they were able to come back now, and watching Assassin, he's just going to be sitting up on top pawn, watching over B, not allowing to come over. And A is going to get neutralized, but they're going to, Curse is going to sit back on it, capture that, 2 points out, and Curse is going to take this first map here with a 13-point lead here. 13-point deficit, so 24, 11-point lead overall throughout the map. And they just did a wonderful comeback. Again, it was a little too close for comfort for some, but still they were able to come back, flipping the spawn with Assassin, and leaving B neutralized and going for the home flag of Fearless Under Fire to draw the attention away from B, so their team could go in there, and then allowing them to try and capture that, drawing them off, capturing B. It's all in the mindset of how you want to play the game, and they did fantastic.
Yeah, that was a fantastic second round. Even though they did come out with the deficit in the second round, they had a greater advantage going into the first for Curse, that is.
Yeah.
And so they ended up taking it, but I mean, it definitely came down to the wire on that second half. At the beginning, I thought Fear was going really strong. They had 3 caps in the first round, and they were coming out very strong, managed to take a win, but again, not by quite enough for that second round.
Big things coming up from Curse, guys. So be sure to stay tuned. My prediction is halfway right now with a 1-0 lead going up against Fearless Under Fire. With that being said, I want to give a quick shout out to all our sponsors for here for UMG. It's going to be Elgato, DX Racer, Honey Badger, Scuff, BenQ Gaming, Squid Grips, Effective 812 Gum, Console Kings as well. So with that being said, we're going to dip into a little commercial, guys, and we'll be right back.